girl. To create a joyful noise, so anyone with ears to hear can rejoice. To see yourself in light, and let your vision rise above any world cloud. That's living in faith with all that you say and do. Embrace your dreams and know they're good enough to be true. The heart may weep and grieve for what's lost in times gone by that cannot be retrieved. But then we hear a joyous sound. The spirit laughs and sings at what's to be found. That's living in faith with all that you say and do. Sorry. Embrace your dreams and know they're good enough to be true. Because when we let go, intuitively we just seem to know the future is about as bright as we give it permission to be. So let's choose wisely. That's living in faith with all that you say and do. Embrace your dreams and know they're good enough to be true. So if we just do our best, then relax and know that spirit will do the rest. That's when life is at its best, living by faith, living as faith.
To all of those watching me on YouTube, we did start the service, we just forgot to turn on the recorder. So now it's recording. So we did have the first portion of the service. Everybody's here. You all saw it, right? It happened. Okay. We will now move on to the healing portion of our service. And again, we have the healing book in the back. And as part of the healing service, we'll be singing the healing hymn and reciting the healing prayer. I will then ask our healers to attend to the healing chairs. And you're free to come on up to get a hands-on healing. The healer will ask permission to put their hands on your shoulders, and if you don't like that, you don't want to do that, then tell them, and then they'll adjust themselves accordingly. And for those that have problem getting up there, just raise your hand and the healer will come to you. Okay, and please be aware that healing is about working energy provided by spirits who have chosen the healers in order to work through, sending their energy through their hands. In order to become a certified commissioned healer, we do have affidavits in the back that are required for healers that want to be commissioned. And they need at least 3 of them. So if you feel you've received a beneficial healing, we ask that you fill out one of the affidavits. Lisa will be participating, and she needs those affidavits. Okay. You can remain seated as we sing the healing hymn on page 109. He healeth me. He with me, oh blessed thought, oh words with heavenly comfort from. Whate'er I do, where'er I be, still 'tis God's love that He with me. Lord, I would feel Thy life in mine to thrill my soul with love divine, to bind me closer still to Thee, since 'tis Thy love that He with me. And on the first page of your hymnal book should be the healing prayer. And for some of you, there's a little sign there that indicates it's actually in the back. So about half the books go one way and half the books go the other way. She's got it. She's got it. Yeah. Okay, we'll recite this together. I ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstructions from my mind and body and to restore me to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. I ask this great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help, and to restore them to perfect health. I put my trust in the love and power of God. Amen. Now I ask our healers to take their stations. Hands are the focal point of spiritual energy coming from the spirit world and passing through the healer's hands into the one requesting to be healed. And it is helpful for the one to be mindful, the one in need to be mindful of the gift that is being shared, and to think of themselves as being restored by this action. So I will be one of the healers, and Reverend Lynn Rogers will be coming up and she'll be giving us a meditation.
We are in the orb of Valentine's Day, and I thought it would be nice to meditate on the fact that each of us has a soulmate. Your soulmate could be right now on the other side, in heavenly realms. Your soulmate could be someone in your family, could be a friend, if you're lucky. In this life, they're a sweetheart. So let's take a moment and take a deep breath. And we ask to be blessed and to sense our true soulmate during this meditation. I'd like you to imagine that you are going to a garden of love. And as you approach this garden, you imagine beautiful flowers, red flowers that are really energizing, the color of love, and pink flowers in a wonderful spiral. And then you come closer through orange flowers, and that's where in the east, the separation of masculine and feminine that braid back together occurs. We know that there is masculine and feminine energy in all of us. When we parted from our soulmate, one of us took more of one side and one the other. But we can find each other in all kinds of forms. Moving through now flowers of optimistic yellow, we know that it's not too good, it's a dream come true to communicate with our soulmate. And that lovely yellow gives us faith and hope. We move through green, the color of Kuan Yin and the selfless healing of the heart chakra. In a sense, all beings are close souls to us. We give love to those in human form, in angel form, and animal form too. We move from green to blue, the color of surrender to our higher purpose, being on our spiritual path. True twin souls and soulmates are always linked in the realm of spirit. When you go to sleep at night and you go into a deep sleep, If you're not with your soulmate now, you are at times during the night of sleep. So you're never really separated. On the throne of the Father, Mother, Creator, you are one. And we move into the lilac and purple colors in our flower garden. We move through them, the color of spiritual seeking, into finally, at the center of the garden, there is a bench, there is a fountain, there is a feeling of white light, of protection. Imagine that you move to that bench and that your soulmate will join you. You can see it, you can just imagine it, or you can know it in your heart. So we ask our Creator and the angels to bring us a moment now with our soulmate. This is your moment to feel or imagine where your soulmate is. And you have some brother-sister souls too. You have some animal friends. In this Valentine's week, take a moment quietly and see what you feel in your heart, what you see, or what you imagine in communicating with your soulmate. Let's take a moment to do that. Breathing, relaxing, going deep within. Now that you've communicated with one soulmate, perhaps your all-time other self, be open now to those that are close souls to you in human or animal form. They may be in the heavenly realms, they may be at a distance on earth, even nearby. Let them come in and just feel and know that you can sense them. That you are the best psychic for yourself as you tune in to the Creator and the angels. So take a moment more to let some close souls come close to you in this Valentine's week. And now I'm picking up an energy from Spirit. A teacher, Jessica, who taught of close souls. And I'm listening to her message now for all of us. Jessica says, not to fear. We all have moments of loneliness. But remember at that moment, those whom you miss can be with you. It's as simple as calling their name 3 times and then listening. It's as simple as noticing when out of the blue you're thinking of someone, and know that at that moment they're thinking of you. You will be reunited. We have many experiences, and in deep sleep we are with our other half, our other self. And she's sending blessings to each one of you to listen to the knowingness in your own heart. There's an old saying, the heart knoweth, the soul never forgetteth. That was in Casey, and she studied all her life. So coming back from this communication with your soulmate, remember you can do this yourself. Remember that when you are deeply asleep or meditating, you are one. You're never really separated because this is an eternal relationship. So gradually bring yourself back through the flower garden, the white, the purple, the blue, the green, the yellow, and the pink and red, so symbolic of Valentines. And gradually bring yourself back into this room, being very intuitively connected to the all. Coming back now into this room, coming back into your body, feeling rested and refreshed and loved. Thank you.
Okay, I have with me the healing list, and it's a pretty big list, so we'll be reciting, I will be reading the names out. But first, before I do, we have a tribute to those that have crossed over on the left-hand side of the page, or people that have recently crossed over. And so I'd like to recognize their names now. So these people have crossed over to the other side. They've graduated. They've learned the lessons they need to learn in this life. They are now on the other side, going over what those lessons were, what they have learned, so they can move on to greater spiritualism. To the people on the healing list, I ask that you think of your guides helping to send healing energy, and yourselves as well, sending healing energy to those names that I call out. So we ask that these people receive healings because they couldn't be here. They couldn't be here today. So we're sending healing energy to them to help correct whatever malady that they are suffering from, or to at least help alleviate it. So thank you for putting these names in. And so this concludes the healing portion of our service. I would like to remind you, those of you that are received healings, that we have healers that are in training that need to be certified. And so we have affidavits in the back you're free to fill out if you feel you've received a beneficial healing. And our healers are free once they've completed their healing service.
In gratitude and joy, I shall not be moved. Anchored in compassion, I shall not be moved. Just like a tree that's planted by the waters, I shall not be moved. Though the tempest tempest rages, I shall not be moved. With Spirit behind me, I shall not be moved. Just like a tree that's planted by the waters, I shall not be moved. With challenges abounding, I shall not be moved. Guided by the angels, I shall not be moved. Just like a tree that's planted by the waters, I shall not be moved. In gratitude and joy, I shall not be moved. Anchored in compassion, I shall not be moved. Just like a tree that's planted by the waters, I shall not be moved. I shall not be moved.
That song was sung by a person and composed by a blind black man who probably was born in slavery. It was later recorded in 1929, and we've adapted it to the Living in Light Church, the words for today.
Thank you, Tim and Lynn. That sounded very beautiful. That was. Thank you. Well, I'd like to announce the speaker for today, and that's going to be me. Thank you. But before I start speaking, we're going to do one more hymnal song, and let's see. That's going to be. In the Garden on 155, page 155 in the hymnal books. In the Garden. That's a good one.
Thank you, Bob.
155. And there it is. I come to the garden alone, while the dew is still on the roses, and the voice I hear falling on my ear, the Son of God discloses, and He walks with me, and He talks with me, and He tells me I am His own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. He speaks, and the sound of His voice is so sweet, the birds hush their singing, and the melody that He gave to me within my heart is bringing me. And He walks with me, and He talks with me, and He tells me I am His own. And the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. I'd stay in the garden with Him, though the night around me be falling, and He bids me go through the voice of woe. His voice to me is calling, and you, Reverend Robert Ingold. Thank you. I got to take a hit of water first. I usually don't drink that much water at church, but man, it hit me today. Maybe because I'm speaking a lot, talking. Oh, and then earlier today, that's right. My talk today is on St. Valentine's Day, and we just had a service just a little while ago. It was online. There's a Canadian church, and I was a speaker there, and I spoke about St. Valentine's Day. So that means you're getting, this is for the second time. It was like, I'm sorry about that. It's not the first time out, but it's still a good talk. So I'm sure all of you know that yesterday was Valentine's Day. And it's like, this is the 15th. Well, guess what? During pagan rituals, some of the holidays were celebrated, some of the Valentine holidays were celebrated actually on the 15th. And for a time, the Christians went and moved it to the 3rd. But it was short-lived, and they moved it back to the 14th. So we have a history of it actually changing dates. It wasn't always on the 14th. But we celebrate this holiday every year. Everybody gets together. But if we were to do it on the 15th, then we could save a lot of money with flowers, because then the prices of flowers go down. So St. Valentine's Day was celebrated on February 14th throughout the world as a day of love. And it is a day to send cards, candy, and flowers as a tribute to our loved ones. And we have St. Valentine to thank for it. Or do we? The origins of the holiday are a little bit different than what we thought. The holiday originated in Roman times as a festival of sex in honor of the god Lupercus, the god of fertility and protector of herds and crops. Part of the ritual was flogging women with skins of goats called februa as a means of purification. Don't you ladies like that? Well, we don't do that anymore. That's good. Another custom was to honor the goddess Juno Februata by matching teenage boys and girls who became couples after drawing names of women out of a box. And they were expected to have relations for a year. At the Council in Nicaea in 325 AD, Constantine had declared that Christianity would be the official religion and wanted to do away with the pagan festival as it was too perverted. This was not popular. This was not a popular idea. And it took 171 years later when Pope Gelasius renamed it St. Valentine's Day in honor of the Church's saints. And if you were to research St. Valentine, you would run across 3 different candidates, 3 different people that it could have been. So that makes it rather confusing. So if you're going to do the history, you're going to run into that kind of problem. But they were all martyrs, and so each one of them could easily be what we use today. The festival was further changed in Christianity by having teenage boys and girls draw names out of a box that instead listed saints, and the teenagers were meant to emulate the life of that saint. As you can imagine, that was not a popular idea. The teenagers still wanted to practice the relationship part of the festival and went underground by sending romantic notes to women. This is where we get the idea of sending St. Valentine's cards and gifts. Cupid means to desire and depicts a childlike archer who would strike men and women with the arrow to put them in the mood, so to speak. And where did the heart symbol actually come from? How did that get into the tradition? In the original pagan holiday festival, honor was paid to the god Lupercus. The Phoenicians called the god Baal, this is B-A-A-L, which means master. But the Babylonian language spells it B-A-L, which means heart. So the worshiping of Baal became part of the St. Valentine's tradition. So this is where the heart actually worked its way in. And what about the symbol? The symbol, because it doesn't look like a heart, it's more symbolic. Because you'll notice that it is not anatomically correct. This came about in the Middle Ages and was usually depicted as an arrow through it to indicate lovesickness, or broken to depict a broken heart. The shape originated from the shape of a fig leaf or some ivies. but it is used to represent the heart. Its use in representing the heart didn't really occur until around the 15th century in Europe. Artists started using the symbol more frequently, and then it started appearing on playing cards. Today, pagan and Wiccan practices continue the Valentine tradition by honoring the divine feminine of the goddess Brigid, who represents love, fertility, and a fire of creativity. Other traditions practice meditation, prayer, and even sharing. St. Valentine's Day is a reminder to appreciate one another by giving tokens of affection. When we have the opportunity to communicate with Spirit, they remind us that the other side is full of love. Though we don't see it here on earth, we are all connected. This involves having compassion for others. We can show this by showing kindness, which are expressions of love. Opening the door for someone or helping someone with their groceries are acts of kindness. A greeting to someone as you pass by is a polite gesture, and it may not seem like much, but it does spark a connection. It shows respect and acknowledging their right to be here, just as we do. How would you feel if someone walked up to you and greeted you with this kind gesture? You would feel good, right? But what if somebody said, "Get out of my way, I'm going through"? Well, now you feel bad. It's like it's a bad thing. So it does have an influence. So you want to be positive to spread positive. These things may not seem to have anything to do with St. Valentine's Day, but they have one thing in common. They are uplifting spiritual meanings. Valentine's Day focuses on acts of love on a particular day to celebrate and recognize what we have, practicing that every other day. Some people may have difficulty with this holiday. They may not see the love of their family or spouse. They may not even love themselves. Take the time, sit down, and take stock of what you have. This can be a family event, getting all the members of the family, children, all the way up to grandparents to get together. Sit down, writing a list of all the things that they love about each other and their family. And it forces them to focus, to think on the positive attributes of their relationship with others, things that they take for granted. You may be surprised at the results. Do one act of kindness for a stranger. Make it your mission to seek out an opportunity to help someone. If you're feeling down, this will help actually lift your spirits, doing a kindness for a stranger. And it's going to help them too, because they're going to appreciate that. People share Valentine's cards with each other, but what if you gave one to a stranger? Make out a couple extra Valentine cards and have them ready to give to a stranger at a moment's notice. Another version of this is to leave notes. Hide them out of sight so that they're discovered by accident. Notices to our loved ones will bring a warmness to their heart, and this will also work with strangers. Slip them a note of caring. An example would be something like, "The world is a better place because you are in it." That should give you an idea of the kind of notes that should be written down. And St. Valentine's Day is now over, but call a family member today. Call them and wish them a happy Valentine's Day, and they'll be surprised. It's close enough for a holiday that I think it counts. You probably have pictures of family members that have crossed over to the other side. Do them a favor by putting a little note or a little heart next to their picture. Call them out in your mind and wish them a happy St. Valentine's Day. You'll bring a smile to their spirit faces, and they will know this because you have loving energy that you send out. They pick that up. They know when it happens. And let us not forget our pets. They are family members too, and share in the love. Give them a special treat or a new kind of toy, like a heart. Let them know that this is a special holiday and that they are loved extra special on this day. And here's some more information about the heart. I saw a saying that read, "Anyone can catch your eye, but it takes someone special to catch your heart." And you've probably heard the saying, "Listen to your heart." It turns out there's something more to this than just the thought, just the saying. I always thought that it was an expression of love, the loving part of ourselves that we need to listen to instead of our intellect. Well, I'm writing a book now, and in my research, I discovered that our brains are not the only organ that can think. Our hearts have newly discovered bundles of nerves that don't have anything to do with the pumping of the heart. In my seance group, spirits have confirmed this information. Western science has found a nervous system connected with our moods that's throughout our body, but the heart is a central part of it. If we are panicked or stressed, we react in a survival mode, and our adrenaline kicks in. But when we are calm, everything moves smoothly, and we are in a balanced state. When we are in love, we are in an act of healing, a healing mode. And if we were cats, we would be purring. The joy and contentment of being in love seems to distract us from our needs. If we get hungry, we may not even notice, not even care, because we're in love. There's a lot of information out there on the spiritual nature of love that is focused on the loving of God. But if we are loving each other, it is the same as loving God. We are demonstrating to God our abilities of compassion and to have the love of others. These are the most prized emotions that we can have. Reverend Henry Newman once said, "In a world so torn apart by rivalry, anger, and hatred, we have the privileged vocation to be living signs of a love that can bridge all divisions and heal all wounds." St. Augustine said, "God loves each of us as if there was only one of us." And St. Valentine's Day is paying tribute to those with the highest qualities, with our highest qualities. And just as a little side note, I sent a little note to someone with a heart. And just as a goof, I changed it. On the phone, they have a symbol of a real heart. And so I put the real heart on there. It looks kind of gross, the real heart. So I put that on there. It's like, oops, sorry, wrong heart. And then I put in the one that we're familiar with. So I just wanted to share that with you. So that is my talk for today. So thank you. I hope that you appreciate it. Thank you. And now it's time for the love offering. So we ask that you give us a donation to help rent us. Oh yes, please, thank you. So this helps us to keep renting this room. There's an insurance thing coming up, and so there are expenses to running a church, and you're helping out by doing this. So, Infinite Spirit, in the spirit of unconditional love, we give thanks to these generous gifts that we have received today. This offering will help to ensure that we continue to gather in your name. May these supporters also receive abundance in their own lives. We ask that you bless this gift, this congregation, and this church. Let it blossom as the sunflowers do so well. Amen. Thank you. Announcements. Oh, doggy has to go out, I guess. Yes, we are actually going to be holding a flea market. So this is going to be in April. I don't know whether it's the 4th or the 7th. I forgot the date. But anyway, this is going to be at De Anza College. They have a big flea market. And our church is going to be renting a couple spaces. We have some friends that we donate clothes to. In fact, I'm giving them today. Giving them the clothes that we collected here. So thank you for that generous gifts. They give them to the homeless, but they want to participate in the flea market as well. So they're going to have a space along with us. So that'll be in April. We have our own psychic fair that's going to be coming. It's going to be on May 31st. It's going to be here at this location over at the multipurpose room, a big room. So I think it's the 3rd time that we've done it. It's pretty good. There's quite a few people that come in. We fill up that room. So that's nice. I wanted to give you a heads up on that. Avery Babin, who could not be here today because I guess he's pooped, so he couldn't make it. He is going to be a medium giving readings at Soul Search, which is going to be on February 28th and March 1st. March 1st is when we have our service, so he won't be able to attend because he'll be working that day. But if you would like, you can go out to Soul Search. It's going to be in Redwood City at one of the hotels. So you can do a search on Soul Search for their next one. They have them spread around the Bay Area all year. And when they have the one in Palo Alto, our church is going to participate in that one. And I wanted to share a couple items of interest. we have our own weekly seance. And in one of the seances, let's see, where is it right here? Oh, yes, I remember now. In one of the seances, Avery goes into trance, and spirits actually communicate through him. One of the spirits that come through is TL. And so TL was talking with us. We also have my friend Bob Ferguson, who will attend some of those. And sometimes he'll come in trance too. And I was very surprised that in the middle of TL talking, all of a sudden he stepped in to say something, then he was out. And then TL said something else, and he stepped in and said something else and stepped out. It's like, I've never seen that before. The switching of spirits just like that. It's like, whoa. So we got a we got a clarification that those two spirits were working. And just on a little funny side, Lisa has her dog Angel, which you've seen around here. She's been staying with me for a few days. And as she has, the dog's been wanting to pet and do things. So I'm watching TV, I'm watching the Olympics, and I got the dog sitting on me. A commercial comes on with a dog on it. Angel starts barking like crazy. Bark, 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 bark. And Lisa says, oh yeah, she does that. When she sees dogs on TV, she starts barking at it. Okay, so then the dog went away. It took a while for her to calm down. She calmed down. A little while later, a Red Bull commercial comes on. You know those Red Bull commercials, they're done in cartoon style. It's a cartoon. So there was a cartoon of a dog. She did it again. Of a dog, a cartoon dog. She's barking like crazy. I thought that was pretty funny, so I wanted to share that with you. And if you are interested in becoming a member of the church, it's an annual fee of $15, and you're allowed to vote in the next election. And I will tell you that if you do it now, you don't have to pay the $15 because the dues come up in March. So you get an extra month if you do it now. Again, that's you're helping support the church. You'll get a certificate showing that you're a member, and you can participate in our January vote for officers of our board, which just happened. It just happened very recently. And in fact, Eric has now joined the board. He's on it. Yeah. Yes. Let's see what else. We got the books in the back, and I think that's it. Yes. Oh, sure.
If anybody's interested in learning how to write their life story, I teach on Zoom on Tuesday mornings for Los Gatos, Saratoga, Recreation. We're having people, including very mature people, are finishing their first books or just getting family members down. And I also do phone readings, so just let you know.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. And just as an extra note, if you want to make a donation and you're not here or you don't have any cash, we actually have flyers in the back with a couple of QR codes on there. One is for PayPal and one is for Zelle, so we can accept payments that way. So just let you know they're back there. And on our website, you can make a healing request on the website. And it's like, we don't even keep your email address, so I don't know who sent it. So all of a sudden I'll get a message saying healings for George or something like that. And so we put it on our list. And sometimes like this is the third service, we won't have services again until March, so there's a break in there. But if I get the message, I have my own healing book in hand at home. So I can do a healing from there. So it will happen soon. So go to our website, which is lilchurch.org. That's it. So it's pretty short, it's pretty simple. We will now be moving on to billet readings, and so I will go get the billets. Okay. All right. We have 9, so you can do 4 or 5.
This one has kind of, it looks like a clover or made of 3 hearts. I have kind of a feeling of psychic chill, so I think this is an important question for this person. And it feels like there's a lot of spirit guidance helping you to come to a resolution. I see the color orange, which to me is good health and creativity. So that's a good thing for you to be working using your creative gifts to help. Also see green, which is healing, and connection to nature is also helpful to you at this time. And I see a key, so a key may be given to you in your dreams, to guidance. I would say yes to the first question, and also those colors will help you in offsetting any problems in your life. That was mine. I can't answer myself. I can answer myself, but it's harder to answer ourselves than we get in the way. Okay, this is like a pyramid with an eye. So I would think that this person has lived in ancient Egypt long ago and has developed actually the psychic eye or the ability to be clairvoyant in the past. And I feel a woman around you, maybe a female guide, somebody who's bringing warmth to you and helping assure you. Also a connection to animals, even small ones. It's very good for you now. We said it. Okay. This time I'm not through. Okay. So here is an arrow pointing to a star. And of course we know that in past lives, in the period of Palestine, that there were Essenes, the mystical side of Jewish tradition, and they knew that some wonderful things were coming as a group. They were bringing light, and I would say that you had a lifetime seeing that light reawaken in Palestine, not only for Jesus, but all the Essenes that surrounded him. You were there, so that's my feeling on that. Let's see. That's your experience is a message from them. They help bring this to you. They guided it for you, and you can thank them. They're trying to remind you, we are here, we can reach you, and make sure that you open to be reached in many ways by them. Is that it? Or?
There was only three, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like there are a bunch of them. Okay. This looks like almost an SOS. Gosh, I'm just going with what I feel, and I think that there was a lifetime for a person in a time when we were at war, maybe in the last 100 or 200 years. And I feel that someone was separated from a loved one at that time, but they needed help, and they could send out a signal. And we can send out signals to those we love at a distance. We're not trapped because there is no time or space, and love will bring the message through. That's true for you now. And you gain strength from that past life. You're having spirit help. You've asked for help, and there's a band of spirits coming in. There will be a change from a circumstance, a freedom from a negative circumstance that will come in for you, probably in the next 3 weeks to months when the sun is shining brighter.
Thank you. I'm going to take the big one. So this is a big one with a scribble on it, just a scribble. Immediately I see stars in the sky, but they're art stars. They're like somebody painted stars up there. They're not the real ones. They're like somebody painted them up there. And then I can see like somebody made cutout stars from like gold paper and put that up there. So there's a sky full of all these different size shaped stars, some gold, some bright colors, some small, some large, scattered all over. It gets a midnight blue sky that has also been painted. So it's very artsy. And then I'm seeing mountains towards the bottom, but they're made out of mirrors, like broken up mirrors towards the bottom. And then a lake in front of that. So it's a very artsy piece. Anything to go with that? I think it's just a matter of recognition. So let's see what this says. I am not getting anything one way or the other. Can we get some clarification on that? It's up to you. They're leaving it up to you. Like I'm getting like, oh. So it's up to you. So you probably know whether this person needs this or not. And that's what I'm getting. That's the message. And one here on top is of a flower. There's a flower up here. Because it's been Valentine's Day, I'm getting like a box of chocolates. An assorted box of chocolates. And some of them are missing. Somebody's been eating some of the chocolate. So a typical gift, typical Valentine's gift. And I want to brush my hand to the side, like I'm making waves with my hand. Why am I doing this? It's like taking sheets on a bed and shaking it up and let it come down. It looks like hills. It slowly comes down to sink. But it's not about making the bed, because I would see what other things happening. So I'm making this billowiness out of these. That's it. That's the action of making it, taking a sheet, making it billow. No, we're making it billow. We're making it billow. So I get this nice big curves in it, these nice hills. So there's a message in this. It's like you see these nice curves and then it flattens down, it goes flat, they're gone. You want to do it again. Whip it up into a billow, so you see, oh, it looks nice, and then it's gone. And you want to bring it up again. So there's a message here. So this is a symbolism for something. Like some joy that you want. You have to keep adding to it in order to recreate it, in order to keep going. Okay? Ah, this is related. Because I felt joy in the billowing of the sheets, and you see them come down. Oh, they look so nice, and then it goes away. It's gone. So it's that energy is short-lived, and then it dies, and then you have to put in more energy to bring it back up again, and then do it again, and then do it again. So if you don't do it, you're just looking at a flat sheet, because I don't think you want to live that way. Let's see if there's anything else to this message. I am getting pills. I see pills. I see capsules. I would consult with a medical professional. I think you need assistance there. But you also need to push yourself. And you'll get those nice billowy hills again. So that's the message. Okay. Ooh, we got stars with hearts around them. Somebody got creative. Okay. I forget the name of it. There's this religion where people do whirling dervishes. That's it. That's what I wanted. I'm seeing whirling dervishes, the men that have the skirts and they're going this way and that way, and switching this way and that way. Whirling dervishes. Spiraling this way, spiraling that way. It's like there's a troop of them that come out onto a stage to do this. So they're making a spectacle. So there's a lot of brightness, a lot of gaiety, like glitter going around. It's like a lot of motion going on. But it's not chaotic. There's an order to it. That's what I'm getting. Again, I think this is actually related because these people are moving. They're swishing this way and that way. The tassels are going this way and that way. Things are moving. There's glitter in the air. There's things happening. So you need to find a way to break through in order to experience that. So it could be going to a concert, going to one of these festivals where they do demonstrations like this. I know that the spring festivals are coming for Japan. They have those Japanese Blossom Festivals that are coming up. They're usually doing something. That's in a couple months. If there's something else that's happening in March, I know that we have Blossom Festival starting in March. It goes to April. There's the Japanese tea gardens are going to be very popular now because the blossoms are popping out all over. So I would consider going to a Japanese tea garden. I know there's one in Saratoga, so you don't have to pay all that money for the one in San Francisco. Look for things that are happening. Meetup. I would suggest Meetup. Meetup's got things for everything. So you want to do something that's unusual, something you don't normally do. Just try it out. Take a friend with you, do something. That should help brighten things up. So that's what I'm getting. Okay, I got 3 left. Here's a heart. Just a heart. But that's good enough. And even though I'm holding this piece of paper in my hand, it's turned into a paper bird that's flying, and it can fly away. That's what I'm seeing in my mind. So the paper bird soars this way and this way. It's like a real bird. It's doing things real birds do, but it's made out of paper, folded up paper. And it flies up to its nest. It's sitting in its nest. There are no eggs in that nest. The fact that there are no eggs in the nest is part of the message that I'm getting. It's like this bird's looking in there and it's an empty nest. So there's an anticipation something's going to be coming. Spring is coming. So things are going to happen. It hasn't happened yet. Okay, let's see what I get. Oh, immediately I've seen a refrigerator door open. It's full of fruit and vegetable. Bam, just right there. That's rather obvious. So I think you need to push yourself in order to do that right. Go to the store, get all the good stuff, put them in the fridge, and when you open the fridge, there it is. It's right there. You can't ignore it. It's right there. Eat me, eat me. And I do know, I mentioned this before, for people that tend to stay away from vegetables, have a salad. Ugh, I don't like salads. Put like little cranberries, little dried cranberries, put that in there. Take walnuts or almonds or like put that in there. Help spice it up so that it's more fun. It's like, and that will encourage you to eat healthier. So that's my suggestion. I was wondering if what I got earlier with the bird was related, because it's not happening yet, but it's something that's coming. So I think whoever I gave this message to, they're probably going to be hesitant. Yeah, I know I got to eat better. Well, it's coming. It might not happen right now, but it's anticipated it's going to happen. It's going to have to happen. Okay, and this guy, it's a blank. It's a blank. Oh, but I do see, it was hidden. There's a flower. There's a flower in here that was hidden. See, I can do that. Okay, that's safe. Okay. So it just got folded too much. But we have a flower with little branches on it, little stems. I wanted to stamp my feet. Like there's nuts or seeds something, I want to step on them, I want to crunch them down, make them smaller, maybe little rocks or something, but I want to stamp on it and crunch it smaller. Why do I want to do that? It's like you're on a stage or a platform, and there's all this little stuff that you want to crunch. It's almost like a sand dance, putting sands down. You can slide around, have that sand slide around so it's easier to dance, just slide on the floor. Okay, what else? Don't know why you want to crunch it down and make it smaller. We'll see. Partially. This person will not get back to the way that you want them to be, but they'll take a step in that direction. There will be some improvement, but not to your satisfaction. So you just have to take that as a gift. So that's the message. And the last one. Oh my, there's stuff going on here. Lots of scribblies, and I think there's a plane. And who's on this side? Passport. Ooh, we're talking about travel. Okay. But it's kind of funny because we have passport on one end, we have plane on the other, and all the scribbly things like that plane doesn't know where it's going, flying this way, everywhere. So I'm trying not to read into what I got on here. But I am. So I'm seeing travel destinations. I am seeing big travel destinations like going to Europe, going to Paris, Germany, Italy, China. But then I see it shrink down to this country so that you can do these kind of things without having to leave this country and still have a good time. That's the impressions that I'm getting. So I'm thinking big, but we go small. You can still have fun going small. Okay, let's see what we got. So I'm going to have to go with what I just said, and what else? I don't see any problems. No, I don't. There's nothing coming my way. Anything bad. It's like one of those things where there'll be in the newspaper a plane crash. Oh my God, we're never going to fly. But think of all the planes that fly around the world. You've got just the one plane crash. It's like, oh, that's it. No more planes. So that's the message that I have. So thank you. Okay. That's it for messages. And I have a note here that if Avery goes into trance, he needs to sit down. Gloria. Oh, hi, Gloria. Oh, yes.
Do you mind if I did one?
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah, no problem. You want to come on up? Okay. Whoa, somebody's going to give her a message.
Okay, well, sitting there, I happened to glance this way, and this lady, there was a man in a suit right in front of you, and he took a step towards you, and he's holding his hands like he's trying to tell you something. And I just felt the heart, could be a Valentine's message, but he's there. He was trying to say something, and after a little bit, you got up and you took eating. And I thought to myself, I very rarely give readings, but this one I had to. I don't know who he is, but you will remember who he is in a few days. Thank you.
Sure. Hey, that's pretty good. You're going to remember, so you'll know. Thank you, Gloria.
You're welcome.
Okay. That's going to be doing it for the service, so I will close with the benediction. And I want to do one of mine. Though this service now ends, we carry our spiritual truth with us each day as we go about our daily lives. We are reminded that our spirit guides attend to us. We are reminded that each lesson we learn is for our spiritual growth. We are part of the divine heritage of the infinite. Our mission is clear. Be true to ourselves, share our truth and kindness with others, and that is all that we need to do. Bless you all. Amen. So thank you for attending the service. With the threat of rain, I thought we were going to have a smaller crowd. I was surprised. So thank you all for coming. And